Hi, I'm Daniel, co-founder of Digital Toucan, a company behind jQuery Search Extensions. Welcome to the jQuery Search Extensions for Jira demo. In this webinar, you will learn all about the capabilities of jQuery Search Extensions for Jira and why you need them. The app has some amazing features, but when you're just getting started, you might not know how to make the most out of them. We'll take you step by step through how to take full advantage of the features. Here's the agenda. I'll show you how to get started with jQuery search extensions for Jira, step by step. You'll learn how to search and report in Jira more efficiently, so you're always on top of your project management. First, we'll look at the limitations of basic JQL and how an app can help you overcome those. Then we'll get into the features of the Search Extensions app. It's a common problem. These are just a few of the questions we see in the Atlassian community. With standard JQL, there are many specific queries you can't easily perform. Many users deal with complex hierarchies or want to see certain relationships among issues. That means having to do multiple queries and trying to put the data together, or spending large amounts of time scrolling through issues to find the right information. So for all these questions seen here and more, a Search Extensions app is the answer. JQL Search Extensions for Jira expands your searching capabilities. It allows you to search subqueries to find all subtasks, links, and epics of the main query. You can also search attachment content, links, comments, versions, and so on. It has a simple interface. As you can see, the search bar is similar to the standard advanced search bar. More than 50 of the query extensions can even be used in the advanced search bar without opening the app. You can save queries as filters to be used anywhere standard JQL filters are used. And if you're not that familiar with JQL, there's a built-in cheat sheet to help you with any query. Yeah, ready to get started? Let's start with the basics. Aliases. When you install the app, your search capabilities are instantly upgraded. Without even opening the app, more than 50 new aliases are integrated with your standard Jira advanced search bar. This can help you find linked issues, search attachment content, and more. The autocomplete feature will help you with suggestions, so you don't have to constantly refer to the documentation if you have an idea of what you want to find. For functions, which begin with issue in, you'll need to open the extended search app. The functions won't work in the advanced search bar. We'll get into that later. Next, we'll show you a demo of how the aliases work. So here's an example of an alias that works directly in the advanced search bar. Let's say you want to search attachment content. So as you start typing, you get a dropdown of all the aliases related to attachments. Next, you get dropdown with an operator. If you're looking for attachment content that contains a certain phrase, choose the contains operator. Your search will give you all the issues with attachments containing that phrase, as you can see. So like we've shown you, there are more than 50 aliases you can use directly in the advanced search bar. But that's not all. Some of our most popular features are functions. Functions, JQL functions, can help you navigate complex hierarchies. They can help find very specific issues, monitor scope creep, and more. For this, you need to open extended search. Next, we'll show you an example of how to do that and use a function in your search. It's easy to use extended search to find exactly what you need. You just need to open the app. You use functions by typing issue in, and then you choose a function that you're interested in. So here we're demonstrating one of the newest functions added to sprint after start, which can help you prevent scope creep. You need to follow the function with the board name and the sprint name or the sprint number. Remember to put each inside quotation marks. The green check mark will show you if the query is entered correctly. Perform the search, and you get the results. You can use search extensions to keep track of issues as a project manager or Scrum Master. If you're a service desk administrator, it can help you make sure no customer issue is overlooked. If there are queries you use on a regular basis, you can save them as filters. Then you can just choose the filter rather than having to type out the query. Setting filters and subscribing to get periodic updates helps you stay on top of critical issues. And with extended search, you can narrow down these issues more effectively. You can use saved filters to generate reports. And search extensions can also be integrated into other apps that allow to use the filters. Okay, now let's look at creating filters. Any JQL query can be saved as a filter, so you can quickly look it up at any time. JQL filters can be used in reports and apps to make your work easier and more efficient. But sometimes basic JQL doesn't let you create the filter that you need. We'll show you how search extensions can help with that. We will start with a similar extended search to the one we showed you before with the added to sprint after start function. This time, we're only including the board, not a specific sprint. This will automatically show you the issues added to sprint after start. You might want to save this filter so you can check if too many issues are being added. You need to save the query as a filter, and then it will be added to the list of all your filters, which you can use later. To save a subscription, find your filter in the filter list and click on 3 dots to get the subscription option. You can set it to personal, to only send it to yourself, or select a group of recipients. And for this filter, you may want weekly updates. So just choose one day to receive them, and that's it. There's a wide array of Jira gadgets you can use for reporting. If you know how to use filters, you can use search extensions to create detailed reports with these gadgets. Here's an example of a Jira dashboard. In addition to getting filter results, you can use many gadgets to display results. Most of these gadgets work by displaying data found through a filter. With basic JQL, it can be difficult to generate the report that you want, because you can't create the right filter. You might have to do several searches and consolidate the data in a chart outside of Jira. Search extensions enable you to create a filter that displays what you want with just one query. One of the biggest shortcomings to basic JQL is that it's difficult to do in-depth searches for subtasks. If you want to find out how much time was spent on certain issues, including their subtask, you can't do it with just one query. With search extensions, you can create just one query that can be used as a filter for your regular reports. You can also find all issues that are linked by blockers and report on these, so you don't end up being surprised by an overlooked blocker. Reports on unresolved issues with subtasks can also help ensure everything is aligned. You may also want to report on outliers, issues that have many links or subtasks, because these may require prompt attention so your teams don't get overwhelmed. So some of the most popular search extension functions are regular expressions and wildcard match, because you can customize these to find almost anything in an issue text. So for example, you might want to report on fixed version within a certain range, or issues labeled with a certain department name. Without search extensions, finding something that is buried in an attachment is like searching for a needle in a haystack. But with the right excellent queries, you can instantly pull out anything you need. Now, let's look at some of these reports. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you have any questions, just feel free to answer to ask them through Zoom. Questions and answer, and at the very end we'll go through for the questions that are interesting to you. Okay, let's crack on with the reports. So we have a first example of a report. Here's an example of a report that one of our customers created. And their goal was to ensure that at least 70% of their time was dedicated to roadmap issues. They used search extensions to combine tasks and subtasks into one query that could be used as a filter to generate reports on a regular basis. Here comes another example. Here we created a filter using the linked issue status alias to find issues linked by blockers. So when you create a pie chart using a gadget, it asks you to enter the filter name. All you have to do is put in the name of this filter, blocked issues. If you're a Scrum Master, Kanban board reports help you stay on track of your team's progress. You can use filters to customize these reports, but with standard JQL, it's difficult to report on issues with dependencies. With search extensions, you can create a filter to show unresolved issues with dependencies. So when issues have many subtasks, they are probably complex and may need attention to ensure that everything stays on track. Here, we've set a filter to find issues that have more than 5 subtasks. Then we go to a dashboard, and we're going to plug the filter into a pie chart. And for this, we're selecting sort by resolution, so we can see which tickets are resolved and which are not. We have another example. So with regular expressions and wildcard searches, you can customize your reports for very specific needs. So take a look at an example. To search for regular expressions, you start by typing issue in regex. Following that, you can add specific case-sensitive terms inside quotation marks to find exactly what you need. In this example, you'd get the results for all fixed versions in the 2.0 to 2.5 range. So wildcard match is similar to regex, to regular expressions, but it gives you even greater flexibility if you it gives you the flexibility if you want to cover a broader range or aren't sure of the exact term. Like regex, you put the case-sensitive terms in quotation marks. Then you can add asterisks to match any text. This example search allows you to find fixed versions of 12.0 and above. It's our last example of the report. So with basic JQL, it's hard to find and search for attachments, but it's a breeze with search extensions. We've already shown you how to find an attachment with certain content in the text when we talked about aliases. So another useful alias is to search by attachment name. For example, if you're looking for certain ticket numbers, you can search for those. Or perhaps you only want to find photo attachments. To do that, you can use the attachment extensions alias. Then you can find all the attachments that are JPEGs or PNGs. You can use JQL search extensions for Jira with any app that allows you to use Jira filters. We'll give you a few examples. If you use the Tempo app for time tracking, you can plug JQL filters in to generate more detailed reports. Sometimes issues outside your project are linked to those in your project. You can use the linked issues of query to create monthly reports on an entire project, including linked issues. If you're working in development, you might want to know how much time is spent on certain components. You can use a wildcard match to generate reports on issues with these components. Gantt charts are a great tool for project management, allowing more detail than a roadmap. If you already have Gantt charts app like WBS, Gantt chart, or Structure, you can use extended search queries to further customize your charts. For example, you could create a new chart showing all the high priority issues blocking a project. Or you can use the JQL filter to highlight certain parts of the chart. For developers, test management apps like Zephyr Squad help you plan your test cycles. JQL queries can be saved as filters or directly entered to be used in test cycles or reports. Extended searches allow you to get more specific, especially when you're working with multiple versions. And we are on our final slide here. So if you're familiar with standard JQL, search extensions is a breeze to use. And even if you don't have much experience with JQL, the autocomplete helps with anything you are unsure of. Greater search capabilities help you stay on track of every issue in your project, so you won't be surprised by sudden blockers. We've shown you the many uses of filters and how search extensions can improve your reports. There is no need to export data from multiple queries to other sources. And especially when you can use extended search query to make the report you need with just one query. Use these capabilities in other apps, not just the ones we've covered. Any app that allows JQL filters could benefit from search extensions. If you're ready to get started, you can get a 30-day free trial of jQuery search extensions for Jira today. It's directly available in Jira Marketplace. So I'd like to thank you very much for attending this webinar. Good luck with your JQL. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.